murder that started online. Well, Lil JoJo's mother, Robin, Russel, and also Lil JoJo's brother, John Coleman, join me now from Chicago. Thank you both for being here with us. Ms. Russel, let me ask you first, certainly sorry for your loss, my first time having a chance to talk to you, but who do you think is responsible for your son's death?
Chief Keef.
You believe he himself pulled the trigger?
I don't believe himself pulled the trigger. I believe he paid somebody to do it.
Mel, do you fear? Why speak out now? You're talking to me here in a television interview. What would you like to come of this and you speaking out now? And do you fear for your own life?
I would like justice to come from this and to show kids that it's a better way to get an education. And yes, I fear for my own life.
Well, ma'am, is there any update on the case? Are you any closer, in your opinion, to that justice that you are seeking now?
They have a couple leads. They're still working on it.
Do you think that your son's life is valuable in the eyes of the rest of the country, people in Chicago, the authorities? Or is this just another young black man who is now a number, a statistic?
I think that my brother is something different than what's going on because of the music. That's what built like a bigger stage, bigger spotlight for what's going on, because he did the music thing. But we don't want him to just be, you know what I'm saying, remember it's just another kid who died. I feel like he died for a purpose, whether it was intentional or not. And we want to make sure that's expressed, you know what I'm saying? My brother did die for a reason, and we need to do something.
I guess, what was that purpose, and what can we get from this or learn from this moving forward?
He died for what he wanted to do. He was just working, you know what I'm saying, make his family successful. So in my eyes, he died because of that song, and that song was a plan to get us, you know what I'm saying, fed, have our team, have our family sitting comfortable.
Okay, Miss Russel, did you know your son was affiliated with the gang? Lil JoJo?
No, I did not.
What are you going to do moving forward then to make sure your other kids don't meet that same fate? Or do you feel powerless when you're going up against the influence of the streets and of the peers that are around?
Well, I don't feel it's my fault because all I can do is raise my child. I can't hold his hand 24/7 when he goes in the streets. I teach him right from wrong, but like I said, I have other kids. I can't be there with him 24 hours.
Well, he wanted to be a rapper, but Ms.
Yes.
Russel, what did you want from his life? What did you see as his other options?
Well, I was for whatever he was for. If he wanted to do music, then that's what I was for. I love the music that he did. He loved music.
John, let me bring you back in.
Yes, sir.
Are you affiliated with a gang as well?
No, sir.
But you're hoping to be a part of the rap game, as you were saying a little earlier, too?
Yeah, I actually started rapping before my brother, so that's why when my brother came in,
how are you going to avoid the same fate?
Well, what my brother slipped up is obviously the title of his song and with the hook and what the song was about, so he messed up right there. So where I learned from that mistake is not to go target any direct large group of people. If I have a problem with somebody, my mentors have expressed to me that I need to go at that person, not the whole group.
Miss Russel, does that? A lot of people will be confused hearing that a song can get you killed. That should not be the case.
Well, it shouldn't be the case, but it can.
Well, we certainly see. And Miss Russel and John, so sorry for your loss. I'm glad to talk to you. Sorry it was these circumstances that brought us together, but you have an important story for our audience. So thank you for sharing it, and we certainly hope to follow up with you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wanted to talk about the murder of Lil JoJo. This is a 16-year-old boy that was murdered earlier this year. We all know Chief Keef had something to do with his murder. He either did it himself or he hired somebody to do it. He even joked about Lil JoJo's death after he was killed. Lil Reese also joked about his death. He actually said he was going to kill him on the video right before Lil JoJo was killed. But so far, nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been charged. What really blows me away is that a lot of older rappers are co-signing this ignorance. They're defending this ignorant fool. 50 Cent is defending Chief Keef. Kanye West is defending Chief Keef. They're even doing songs with him on his album. You would think the older rappers would try to kick some knowledge to this young man and try to steer him into the right direction and try to change his lifestyle before he ends up dead. But they're co-signing this ignorance. They're co-signing this ratchetness. The only rapper I didn't see to actually speak out against this is Lil Fiasco. Lil Fiasco actually tried to kick some knowledge to this young man. But Chief Keef wasn't hearing it. Just like a lot of these young ignorant fools. As older black men, we need to speak out against this ratchetness. We need to stop co-signing this ignorance. This is why Chicago is the murder capital of the country. There's more murders in Chicago than any other city in the country. And 90% of the murders are black men killing other black men. We need to speak out against this ignorance. Hopefully there's going to be some justice for Lil JoJo's mother. She said that she's received death threats and she's in fear of her own life. And she also believed that Chief Keef is responsible for her son's death. What really blows me away about a lot of black people is that we don't say anything when black people kill black people. But we want to be outraged when a white person kills a black person. If I look at all the outrage that was surrounded around Trayvon Martin's death, there was all these marches, all this fundraising, all of that campaigning, all of that outrage behind the Trayvon Martin case. Why are we not as outraged about Lil JoJo's death? Nobody's been arrested. Nobody's been charged. Where is that same outrage at? Why is it okay for one black man to kill another black man, but if a white person kills a black person, that's when we want to be outraged? That's completely hypocritical. We should be outraged no matter who kills a black man. No matter who kills a younger black male, we should be outraged about it. We should be just as outraged about Lil JoJo's death as we were about Trayvon Martin's death. And I think it's hypocritical for a lot of black people to be outraged about Trayvon Martin's murder, but we don't say anything about Lil JoJo's murder. These are two young teenage black boys that lost their life behind nothing. I think we need to wake up as black people. This is the only way this black on black genocide is going to stop. This is the only way this black on black violence is going to stop. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.